Okay, today we're going to be checking out F Lay Parfum by Fragrance World. Ooh, a little up in your face there. Back it up a bit. F Lay Parfum by Fragrance World. Now, you see one letter, and you see the first letter is the first letter of the brand, Fragrance World, kind of a two-name brand there. And so automatically you kind of have a pretty good idea of what they're trying to go after here. At least that's what I'm assuming. Obviously this is sealed up, haven't tried it yet, but I have a pretty good hunch of what they're going after. So we're gonna open this one up together. I'm gonna tell you how it smells, what it is similar to, if anything, and at a later date, I'll kind of go in depth further and we can find out some performance metrics and stuff. This is a Lay Parfum, but it's technically an EDP. So Fragrance World has been one of the next kind of big popular clone brands that have really been pumping out a lot of stuff. I've covered a few of their different clones here on the channel. Recently they have a lot of them. They're expanding, and all of the ones I've tried so far have been really good and pretty much dead on. So we'll see what this one is. Here is our bottle, F Lay Parfum. And yeah, has a little similar look to something like Y Lay Parfum, and similar naming structure as well. And even the cap kind of has that same type of textured deal going on. Here they are side by side. The bottles are very similar in size, and the caps are pretty close as well. So let's get this one on skin and we'll see if it does have a resemblance to Y Lay Parfum or Eau de Parfum or anything of that DNA. Yep, definitely does. You can tell immediately that it has that kind of sweet, fruity apple, Y Eau de Parfum, Y Lay Parfum signature DNA. So it kind of opens up with that green apple, again, a little bit sweet. Immediately you're getting a lot of sage, a lot of geranium, lavender, a very standard aromatic note package there, and that's used commonly across pretty much all of the YSL Y fragrances. You're getting that here. You're getting some of that amber wood, kind of adding to that blue fragrance thing going on. Yeah, immediately you can tell what they're going after. One thing I can tell right away that's a little bit different about this, and one thing that will separate F Lay Parfum from Y Lay Parfum, is that this has kind of more of an focus on aromatics, even more so than the Lay Parfum version of YSL. So this one, Y Lay Parfum, these names are getting confusing. The real deal here, it is a little bit more mature than something like the Eau de Parfum, but it still is kind of leaning on that kind of sweet apple DNA more so. But with the Fragrance World version here, that sweetness off the top kind of already started to move back a little bit, and they are focusing more on the aromatic mid. It seems like that transitioned pretty quickly. But it still does carry that Y Eau de Parfum, Y Lay Parfum DNA. However, it isn't really all that hard to tell them apart. Like, there are some clones out there, both from this brand, Fragrance World, but also Lattafa and other brands like that, where they can be very, very hard to tell them apart, very hard to distinguish. You really have to get them side by side on skin to be able to tell. But this one, I don't have them side by side, but I can tell that, this is not Y Lay Parfum. Like, it's not that close. However, if you're talking just trying to smell good to the average person, the general public, there's really no reason to kind of dwell on that aspect, because this is still going to very much carry that super mass pleasing, versatile DNA that the Y series does. And I would also say that if you were to try to get people's opinions on it out in the real world, a lot of those guys and girls probably would not be able to tell the difference, because again, they're close, but for us, you, myself, we can kind of see that, yeah, they're not exact. Again, just a little bit more aromatic, has a little bit more of a soapy clean smell rather than just all sweetness and aromatics, if that makes sense. So to me, it's kind of like the lavender's coming through a little bit more in F Lay Parfum. You can also tell that it is cheaper, more affordable, not just by the fact that it's a clone and that the bottle might look that way a little bit and all of that stuff, right? But when you smell this, and again, when you've smelled a lot of things, you know, I've been wearing the Y series ever since it first came out. I wear the Eau de Parfum heavily. I've worn the Lay Parfum pretty heavily, and I've really been wearing the new EDP Intense. The thing is, I've worn a lot of those often, so I have a really good understanding of them. And when you start playing with stuff like that, that's $100, and then you go down to something that is right around this $30 range, you can kind of start to tell the difference in quality. You guys know I'm the furthest thing from a niche snob or, you know, a purist who doesn't like clones or cheap designers or anything like that. The furthest from it. I talk about clones heavily, and I like niche, but I also have an understanding that everyone wants to pay that amount. And there's also niche fragrances out there that are bad, and I talk about that too. So, you know, I can tell that, you know, there is a noticeable difference. And again, when it comes down to it, you have to decide if that's going to be something that would be kind of a point of contention for you. If you smell this and go, yeah, the quality isn't there and you're not going to be happy with it, then you would want to pay the money and get the real deal. But for a lot of guys out there, you're saving a lot of money. You can get so many more things with that $100. You know, if you were to buy a few clones versus buying Y Lay Parfum, and you can kind of branch out and diversify if you just kind of settle on the quality a little bit. And also, I want to make it clear that I'm not saying this has horrendous quality. It's actually pretty good for the price, and it's about what I would expect for a $30 clone. But just keep in mind that it doesn't live up to the YSL, and really, I don't think any of us should have that expectation at all. Again, we're talking an Eau de Parfum, and generally, from my experience, the Fragrance World clones have really done a good job with performance, you know, especially when it comes to them cloning something that in real life, like the real deal, has good performance. Generally, the clone will have good performance as well. And so I haven't had really any issues with that. Too soon to tell, of course, but I would imagine this one would do okay. In terms of projection here, it's from that couple sprays I did, it's relatively soft. It's not, you know, completely attacking me. I think this is going to be better off at leaving a trail and just having good longevity versus having a ton of projection. And I've already covered a couple YSL Eau de Parfum clones on the channel, one of which was Lattafa Fakar Eau de Parfum, and the other was, I think it was Alhambra Yeah Eau de Parfum. Yeah, with an exclamation point. Two of those, both great options. But again, this is more so going after the Lay Parfum version, and it shows. The sweetness is backed off, the aromatics are bumped up, and again, to me, the aromatics are even bumped up more in this than in the actual Lay Parfum itself. You know, the Lay Parfum from YSL still has some of that sweetness, and this does too, but not as much. It's almost like you could say this is close to being a hybrid between YSL Y Lay Parfum and the new Eau de Parfum Intense, which the new Eau de Parfum Intense completely removes the apple and that sweetness and really kind of drives home the aromatic base and stuff of that. So it's almost like a kind of a cross between those two. It doesn't have a ton of the sweetness like the Eau de Parfum has. So all in all, I would say people who are looking for an alternative to Y Lay Parfum, even Y Eau de Parfum Intense on a budget, you could go for this one and you would be happy with it 100%. And especially at this price, you know, you're looking right at around $30, maybe $35. I will drop a link to it down below for you. You can't complain. I did pick this one up, bought it myself along with a few other new clones that we will be checking out here on the channel. And I have to say, I'm excited about this one. It turned out really good. If you're someone who likes the Y Eau de Parfum, Y Lay Parfum DNA, you'll like this one. Now, if you want to be notified of any time new fragrance clones come in stock, anytime some rare discontinued fragrances come into stock, or anytime a big sale pops up, if you hit the first link down below and sign up to my mailing list, and or you send a text to the number down below, you will be opted in to receive notifications on everything I just talked about. And a good example, when all these clones showed up on discounters for purchase right around $30, this and some of the other new ones, I sent out an email allowing you to grab them for yourself before they do sell out. And also all of the rare stuff these days, Dior Homme Parfum, La Nuit Bleu Electrique, and things that are hard to get but sought after. I send out a notification each time those pop up as well. Same with 48-hour flash sales and stuff like that. So get on those lists. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.